Hello there, people on YouTube, and welcome to the. Oh, hang on a second. Hello there, people on YouTube, and welcome to the Spikehead podcast for another movie review. Where today I'll be talking about The Invisible Man, directed by Leigh and starring Elisabeth Moss, Oliver Jackson-Cohen, and Harriet Dyer. So this film was about Cecilia, who has just left her boyfriend of an unspecified amount of time, who was very abusive in both mentally and physical ways. We don't see the details, but we only hear about this. And she has been abused so much by this man Adrian that she is terrified to leave the house, and her life is turned up because she finds out that he has allegedly killed himself. Unfortunately, some things happen later down the line that it seems to imply that he may not be as dead as she hopes. And with that, we have the plot of Invisible Man, because Cecilia has convinced herself that he is actually not a ghost or anything, he has just come back as invisible. Now, before I get into my review, guys, if you like what I do on this channel, feel free to drop a like and consider hitting that round subscribe button. But without further ado, let's get right into the review. So, Invisible Man, this has been getting all the praise across all the reviews I've been seeing so far. And while I myself also did enjoy this and agree this is easily the best film of 2020 in terms of horror movies, considering what we have got already, I'm going to have to throw a spanner in the works here because I didn't love this as much as everyone else did. Me personally, the word I use to describe this film is inconsistent. Now, by inconsistent, what do I mean? Well, for starters, let's talk about Cecilia herself. She is one of those characters that could almost be an icon of horror, a classic female heroine of horror movies, but she does the annoying thing where she'll do something really smart and really clever, and in the very next minute do something dumb or without thought, or something that just seems a little bit out there. And that's one thing that always bothers us horror movies. Sometimes you have the characters that just do nothing but stupid stuff. Other times you have them doing nothing but intelligent stuff. Cecilia seems to interchange between dumb to great thought behind the process, and that does get a little jarring at times. But for me, the biggest problem I do have with this film is that a lot of what happens is convoluted, which obviously it will be. It's about an invisible man, but I feel like a lot of stuff that happens to Cecilia in this film could have been avoided if it weren't for the fact that CCTV does not apparently exist in this universe. Because the amount of times something could have been easily explained away by the simple fact that, hey, this is a franchise that should have cameras. They should clearly see something floating before something happens. And that should write this character off instantly. But they don't, and they allow her to go down this insane path, which is acted brilliantly by Elisabeth Moss. She is fantastic in this film, is Elisabeth. I just was questioning so many things. See, this film, as I have said, inconsistent. For every great set piece that is tensely built up, the fact that the camera will pan away from an object and seemingly just shoot at apparently nothing, we can visualize this invisible person being in that space where we're not seeing anything. That is one of the best parts of this film. But this film also relies very heavily on horns. So many horns are used in this film. At times it is very clever and it's very well used, but there are other times where things are heavily emphasized by these horns. I don't know if it's because I was right next to a speaker, but they were just so distracting. The noise of them was so distracting through several parts of the film, and sometimes they weren't even needed. There were simply scenes that would end with horns and cut to something else. There were scenes where it looked like they were building up to saying this is the credits now. But no, they just decided to give us 30 seconds of horns after certain revelations that ultimately don't seem to lead anywhere. Another problem I have with this is I don't feel the last 15 minutes are needed. There's a certain point to the film where something happens and you think, interesting little way you went with this here. But then something immediately happens straight after, which adds another 10-15 minutes to the runtime. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to spoil anything. But I feel like you could have shaved the last 50 minutes off this film and have it end at that particular point. Though I am very happy to discuss this with people that want to discuss this further. Also, the dialogue at times was weak. There were some very questionable scenes. This being really spoiled, I'm just going to say it anyway. So, your sister wants you to pick her up in the middle of the night from somewhere. You pick her up, you ask what's going on. She just says, just drive. You ask what's going on. Boyfriend comes in, starts punching the door. What's going on? I'm pretty sure at the point where someone is literally physically trying to punch through your damn car window, you're not going to be sweetly asking, what's going on? You're going to be hitting the pedal to the metal there. And there were just several scenes where things feel convoluted. Some people assume some things happen, but you feel like they would at least have seen this happening. But I don't care who you are, if someone has touched you physically, you would see the motion of their body part that's about to make contact with you out the corner of your vision. It's just human nature. If I went and did this to myself, I would see this blur coming in. The fact that there was no conceivable blur or any way that what they thought happened could have happened is something that frustrates me even more about this film. But I'm going to quit moaning. I'm going to quit because this film is fantastically acted by Elisabeth Moss. Leigh Whannell directs the hell out of this. The lighting is used really well. When the character does a smart thing, it is so much fun to watch. There's a specific thing that they do with paint that I absolutely adore. The suspense, there were some very good suspenseful scenes in this. The entire opening sequence, aside from a couple of stupid things I don't like, for the most part, it's this long, drawn-out, tense scene, and I really enjoyed that. Overall, for me, guys, Invisible Man, yes, it is easily the best horror movie of 2020 so far. Compared to what we have had, there's not really much competition, and I fully expect A Quiet Place Part 2 to surpass The Invisible Man coming next month when it does release. But as a film itself, like I say, brilliant performance by Elisabeth Moss. Directing is fantastic. Lighting and cinematography are brilliant, and the horns, while annoying at times, at other times they are used really effectively to help build the suspense. And it's just a nice, interesting story, if not just a little bit inconsistent. And for me personally, guys, I just feel like The Invisible Man just needed a bit more sugar. So anyway, guys, The Invisible Man, have you seen it? Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Coming up this week, we should hopefully have a podcast that I'll be recording either Monday or Tuesday, so keep an eye out for that one. And until next time, guys, this is that Spike Hair Podcast, signing off. Hey, thank you for watching, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. While you are here, if you haven't done it yet, please feel free to drop a like and consider hitting that subscribe button for more reviews coming all the time. And also, while you are here, there are some other videos over there that you might want to sink your teeth into. Have a good day, guys, and do enjoy.